Manhunt, the Christopher Dorner story. Uncover the darkest crimes, shocking mysteries, and real-life investigations. Welcome to Fame Files, Heart, where truth is more terrifying than fiction. Fame Files cover all the true crime stories of the whole world with you on this channel. Stay connected with us and keep watching daily true crime stories on Fame Files. Manhunt, the Christopher Dorner story, a true crime documentary. Introduction. In February 2013, one of the largest manhunts in U.S. history unfolded across California. The suspect, a former LAPD officer turned fugitive, Christopher Dorner. His mission: vengeance against those he claimed had wronged him. What followed was a deadly rampage that sent shockwaves across the nation and left the city of Los Angeles in fear. The making of a cop narrator. Born in 1979, Christopher Dorner grew up in Southern California. Friends described him as disciplined and determined. He joined the U.S. Navy, where he served honorably before pursuing his lifelong dream, becoming an officer for the Los Angeles Police Department. Dorner entered the LAPD Academy in 2005, eager to serve. But his dream soon turned into a nightmare. He alleged that the department was riddled with corruption and racism. His complaints, he claimed, were ignored. The grievance that started it all. In 2007, Dorner reported his training officer, Teresa Evans, for excessive force against a mentally ill suspect. An internal investigation concluded that Dorner had fabricated the story. He was fired in 2009 for making false statements. Narrator: Dorner fought his termination, believing he was unjustly dismissed. His appeal failed. He became a man without a mission. Then, 4 years later, he resurfaced, with a vendetta. A manifesto. On February 3, 2013, a chilling document was posted online, a 6,000-word manifesto written by Christopher Dorner. He declared war on the LAPD, listing names of officers and their families as targets. He promised revenge for what he called a corrupt and racist institution. The LAPD is now on high alert after an online manifesto threatens deadly violence. The killings begin. Dorner's rampage began with an unthinkable act. His first victims: Monica Kwon and Keith Lawrence, an engaged couple shot to death in their car. Monica was the daughter of Randall Kwon, a former LAPD captain who had represented Dorner in his termination case. This was personal. Dorner had declared war, and the city braced for what would come next. The manhunt. The LAPD launched a massive manhunt, deploying thousands of officers across California. But Dorner struck again. He ambushed police officers in Riverside, killing Officer Michael Crane and wounding another before vanishing into the mountains. With Dorner now hiding in the rugged San Bernardino Mountains, the search intensified. Roadblocks, SWAT teams, drones, no expense was spared. The standoff. After a week on the run, Dorner was spotted at a cabin near Big Bear Lake. A gunfight erupted. Officers surrounded the structure. Then, a final, desperate standoff. "Burn it down," an officer was heard saying over the scanner. Narrator: tear gas canisters were fired into the cabin. A fire erupted. Dorner never came out. Later, his charred remains were found inside. The manhunt was over. The legacy of fear. Christopher Dorner was dead, but his actions left scars on Los Angeles. His supporters saw him as a whistleblower who exposed LAPD corruption. Others saw a murderer, consumed by revenge. The LAPD reopened some of Dorner's claims of misconduct, but his legacy remains deeply controversial. Conclusion: a decorated officer, a disgraced cop, fugitive, a killer. Christopher Dorner's story is one of justice, vengeance, and a city caught in the crossfire. The question remains, was he a product of corruption, or simply a man who lost control? If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more true crime and celebrities stories.